It's a very good morning, guys. How are you all? I hope that everyone is cool. If the audio is clear, let me know. If there is any problem, let me know that as well. I hope that everything is good. Congratulations, Lois Past, for being the moderator here. Good morning, Suzivan. Sachin, thank you, brother, for confirming audio is good. Thank you, Lois Past. So, what should be my expectation for today? What should it be? So yesterday, if you are with me, we knew it that this line is going to be tapped. This is that white line. So it was our target for yesterday. The extreme target was here. I was extremely bullish until this line. Now I'm not saying that it is going to stop the market and sending it lower for all of this area. Still, I believe that this market will keep going higher until this black line, which is minus 2.5 standard deviation at least. Today, it's really so difficult for me to think that it's a bullish market or it's a bearish market. The reason is the candle didn't close above that white line. So this white line is actually holding the market. It is supporting the price. So this market is still supporting this line. To be honest, very difficult decision that this candle is going here, or is it going to respect that line as well and then it will fall a bit. But overall, this is at the all-time high, and I will keep thinking about buy until this that black line. I will see if there is anything that is so obvious from my lower time frame. Now, whatever I'm saying here, please listen this very carefully. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time. This is the base of trading. The way I trade, this is the base. From the daily chart, I'm in indecision. I don't know where this market will go, as it is respecting a very certain line. So I really have no idea, is it going for that black line, or is it going to respect this, waiting here some days, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then it will come here. I have no idea for that. Overall, I'm at all-time high, so I'm thinking it will maybe come here, but I will be very careful about respecting this line. If there is any selling setup, of course I'll go for that with so much confidence. If this market is above this white line, then maybe I will think about some kind of buy. If it is above this line, okay, so until it is below this line, I will keep trying to take sell, not buy. I will try to keep selling. Coming in 1 hour chart, so this is the 1 hour chart. So over here, this is that 1 hour chart. You can see this is today's new day opening gap over here. So far, this market is respecting this new day opening gap. This is the first candle that has closed above this new day opening gap. Then every single candle is respecting. No single candle has broken this new day opening gap. From here, I would say that if this market has stayed below this new day opening gap, I will keep looking for sell. If this new day opening gap is going to support this market, then it will go higher, but my buy will be valid if and only if this market is above this white line. Until then, I will just keep looking for sell. The best area to take sell from below the new day opening gap. So from this gap to until this area, which is the hourly last gap over here, that is going to be my target, that this market is coming at least if it can close below this new day opening gap. So this will be my range from here to here. Out of 69 handle, I will try to catch at least 20 to 30 handle. That will be my trade. Okay, simply. If it is holding the market, send it higher. There is any kind of buying opportunity above this white line, I will go for that buy. My target will be this line. So this is my end line here. This is my end line here. The high, 50%, low. All of this line is going to be my end line for selling. For buying, this is the end line for me. Okay, so I'm going to decide, is this a bullish market or is this a bearish market, by depending on that white line and from that new day opening gap, if I am using the hourly chart. Do I have any obvious, clean buy side liquidity? No. Do I have any sell side liquidity? No. All of this just consolidating because market has reached in a certain level. This is a very certain level. So it has reached in a certain level. Now it is consolidating. It is trying to take the decision where I should go today. Today for bullish, for bearish, where I should go. Now what else can happen? Maybe it will come here, then it will come there. Or maybe it will come here, then it will come there. This is different matter. While it will come here, I will of course look for sell. If it come here, of course I will start to look for buy. So this is two type of different scenario. Exactly from there, I'm expecting either this market will come here or this market will come there. How do I know that? If it is above this white line, it will come here. If it is below this new opening gap, it will come here. Okay. What else can happen? Fall, closed below this new opening gap, then make a fake breakout, keep going higher for this line. In that type of situation, we will take our decision depending on that fake breakout. The way I'm explaining, I believe this is the easiest way to understand this market. No one should have any kind of confusion. Okay. This is the 15-minute chart. In 15-minute chart, if you take a closer look here, there is an obvious liquidity. Okay, this low has taken over here by a shallow run. This is the obvious sell side liquidity. Do I have any buy side liquidity? I have this type of clean highs over there. This clean highs. Instead of this clean highs, I really don't have anything over here. So either way, I have this buy side liquidity. I have that line. I have this sell side liquidity, and I have the gap here actually from the hourly chart. I'm going to break that hourly gap into two pieces. First piece here, second piece there. Okay, this is that entry gap, this is the last gap. Now brother, that is not the last gap, this is the last gap. Of course that is the last gap. Here this is the last gap, but here this is either way very important gap, as it was at the all-time high. You can see this gap it is at the all-time high. So while it is at the all-time high, okay, it's not the all-time high. What was I was thinking? Just let me check it. What I was thinking, let me check it. Okay, it should be in minute chart as well. Why it's not showing in minute chart? Just a second. Okay, I was doing something actually here. Okay, so it is actually divided by two gap, not the last fair value gap. Not watching the last fair value gap here. I'm dividing the fair value gap with two fair value gap from 15 minutes. So I'm going to break that fair value gap into two pieces, entry gap and the last gap, that specific leg. But just dividing this hourly gap into two pieces. Okay, that was my intention to say, not the last gap. So it was my intention to say that that last fair value gap from the hourly chart, I'm going to break it into two pieces from the 15-minute chart. So here this gap and that gap is important to me from the hourly chart. I know that it can reverse from here, or it can maximum reach until this gap from the 15-minute chart. So while I'm in 15-minute chart, it is coming here as it is overlapping. So that is why I actually put it over here so that it is not going to disturb me like this way. Okay, so I will be careful about this gap as well and that gap as well. All is going to be happen. If this is broken, it will come around this area. If it is not broken, that and that all. Yesterday I told that if you are bullish, then you will look for an obvious fair value gap from 15-minute or hourly chart. If you are bearish, you will look for that same thing from the hourly or 15-minute chart. Okay, now right now this is the price action, right? From the 15-minute chart, this is the price action right now. If you watch the hourly chart here, and if you watch the 15-minute chart there, this is absolutely just pure consolidation. In this type of situation, as I'm not able to mark any kind of fair value gap, I'm going to use the new day opening gap as I have that. If I didn't have this gap, for example, if I didn't have this gap, that the new day opening gap, I would go for this fair value gap to think about either bull run or bear run. This is that obvious gap here, and here you see this gap over there. That would be the gap, but it is not important because this is the last gap and market is right now over here. So this would be my obvious gap that I would refer to look for buy or sell. If it is broken, I would go for sell. If it is not broken, market is above this, I would look for the only the buy. As I have this new day opening gap which has been overlapped with this gap, I'm going to remove this gap. Instead of that gap, I'm going to use this new day opening gap as my reference point. Okay, so of course you can use this gap as well if you want, but I would love to use this gap. And for here, this white line, which is going to be my area to take the buy. Until market is above this, I'll look for buy, but my buy will be pushed while this market is above this white line. If it is below this white line, I mean in this range, let me show you the range from here to here. If this market is here, there is a beautiful sell setup, I don't care. There is a beautiful buy setup, I don't care. I'm not going to do anything over here. My buy is going to be valid above this line, which is here. Above here, it is going to be either above there or below here. That is all for the pre-market analysis. Now if anyone has any kind of confusion, just let me know that. How does the white line? If you would love to ask about the white line, then you have to watch the live from Sunday. Last Sunday I have done live. Please watch that live. Right now, just remember this is an important line. Later, just watch that video. You'll understand that. Yeah, I have just divided that gap into two gaps because the hourly gap is too big. It's too big, right? From here to here. As I am in 15-minute chart, I can break it into two pitches. 1, 2 pitch. So I'm going to use that 2 pitch. I did it lot of time in my life while I have nothing from the 15-minute chart. I use the hourly gap for my higher time frame or 4-hour chart as my higher time frame. And then I go to hourly chart, I break them if there is a lot of fair value gap. As you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 fair value gap, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 fair value gap. So I can't use all of them. Instead of that, I will go to the higher time frame and then I will break them. By the way, if it is the run before the 9:30, that is just a bad luck. Come on, man, don't do that. Wow. Wow. Why you decided that gap into two gaps? Because it's too big. What do you mean by decided? What is the meaning of decided? I have divided it into two pitches as the hourly gap is too big. Can you use any kind of synonym of decided? There is a clean buy side liquidity. So clean buy side liquidity over there. That has been taken actually. What happened? Why it has given me that run before 9:30? Okay, I'll go for a buy here. Okay, just before the opening, I'll take a buy. I know it's not going to work, I believe, but let's see. Because the buy side liquidity has taken, but I'd love to take this risk. I'm not asking any of you to copy this trade, but I'm feeling like it is coming for this line without falling. So I'd love to take this risk. But let's see. This is the 9:30. Wow. Wow. Didn't work. We'll wait a bit. As the buy side liquidity has cleared, let's see if it can fall to give me a selling setup. That was just a gamble, okay? So please don't copy this trade before 9:30. You should not trade. It's my account. I would love to. I wanted to take that entry. I took that entry. That's all, brother. A very nice sell from there, but not going to take it. From there to here. From there to there. If I was alone, that would be my sell again. But here I don't want to push my button so that you guys get confused. The way I told you to wait, just wait for that. It is too much risky to push the button while this market is above here, so you don't need to take that type of risk. Instead, wait until market is above this line. You should keep looking for buy. If you'd love to sell or this market want to fall, then wait to market close below this. It is overconfident area or confirmed entry, something like that. Okay, so no need to take that risk. I mean, unnecessary risk. Instead, wait for the confluences. I'm going to push the button. Please don't copy this trade. It is for me, okay? Please don't copy my trade. It's my request to all of you. No need to take unnecessary risk, okay? This two entry is absolutely unnecessary. You don't need to copy my trade. Don't copy my trade. If you find anything good, then go for that. It's not a good thing to think about or take the buy or something like that. But if you feel good, go for it. I have no problem with that. But don't copy my trade. To loss at the beginning. These things just for me. Please don't copy my trade here. If I say something very good, I will tell you this is the best entry. This is the area where I would love to look for the buy or everything. This is my trading. Please don't copy my trade here until I say this is a good area to take the entry. Still there is nothing. Okay, simply there is nothing. Why I'm pushing my button? I'm seeing something, that's why I'm pushing the button. You don't need to copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. It's too much risky to push the button right now. Though this is my last buy actually. Tapped to the 50% of that week, perfectly respected. If it started to fall, closed below the new day opening gap, that's a good sell. But right now there is no sign to take the buy. Why I'm pushing the button? Because I'm believing this is going to work as a support and this market will reach over here, as this market is more above the white line as well as above the new day opening gap. But I stopped out too many times, so no need to copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. You don't need to take this type of risky entry. Still now there is nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, I got it out. Last entry was that about that buy, didn't work. Perfect. So we'll wait now to see if it can close below this new opening gap and can fall, or if it has given me any kind of buying opportunity to take the buy. For you guys, there is no trade yet, nothing at all. No sell is valid until this market is not below this new opening gap. No buy is valid until this market is below that white line. So every buy is valid above this white line, every sell is valid below this new day opening gap. Nothing at all here, nothing at all yet. Wait, I think I have the first presented gap. Yeah, that is the first presented gap. Now those people who want to push the button from first presented gap, you guys can try the first presented gap. And this is not going to support any of your logic, so this is the entry. I'll go for that as well, by the way. So this is the, okay, the first presented gap. Okay, I hope it will take me. If it doesn't take me, that's a bad luck, by the way. According to the price action, there is no trade yet. Sell will be valid while this market is below this new opening gap. Only then sell is valid. Until then, no sell is valid. This is the first presented gap. No need to think about the price action. Still now this new opening gap is respecting. Okay, so I can't say that this is going to be a bearish market. It has to be broken. If it is not broken, there is no setup, no sell setup. This is the first presented gap entry. It's absolutely a different thing, and you don't need to think about the price action. Those people who would love to try the first presented, those people can go for that. Otherwise, don't take this entry as well. According to the price action, still now there is no trade. I'm playing with a eval actually, so I really don't care about that. Come on, man, take me, 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 take me. Come on, take me, take me, take me. Take me, take me, take me, take me, take me. Don't fall, take me. Take me. Take me. Take, what is happening? Why it is stopping? Okay, the speed is good. Da, 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 da. Why did you push those buys? I was feeling like it is going to at least taking this high before falling. That was the reason for taking those buys before 9:30. That was an obvious run, so I was pretty much confident about that run. But it didn't work. It's okay. I wish it will take me. If it doesn't take me, it's okay. I will keep looking for sell while this market will close below this new opening cap. If you didn't backtest the first presented gap, you don't need to push the button from the first presented gap. This entry is all depending on first presented gap, where my stop loss is going to be above the candle which has made this first presented gap, and my target will be 25 candle. Okay, I just simply put it over here, but I will take my partial over here if I can enter over here, and then I'll put my stop loss to the break even. Respecting 1 minute week CE is crazy. Yeah, it was too much crazy. Yeah, I saw that and then I was thinking, should I push that? But I thought, okay, I would love to try one more chance for that buy. I hope it will take me, but the way it is doing the drama here, that is giving me the confidence. Maybe it will come here, then it will fall. This is very clean lows. Market should take that clean lows. I think that lows, yeah, I think it will take me. According to the price action, still there is no entry. Nothing at all in this market. If I get something, I will clearly tell you the way I say, brother, this is the entry, it should work. I'll say like that way. As it is nothing yet, I'm not saying to anyone to copy my trade. Anybody knows that today we have any kind of red folder news around 10? I didn't check the calendar actually. Orange folder news, I don't care. Only orange. Orange is okay. The most painful thing is if I were in this trade. For example, I am in this trade and this market is doing this. It's the most painful things. It is supporting the order block here. This is the opening of this order block. It is supporting this order block. I wish it will reach at least until the 50% of this order block, which is also the first presented gap. So let's wait. New 15-minute candle has opened and went higher. A good sign before falling. This is the midnight open. This is the line of midnight open, and this white line is the line which is very important to me. It was important to me until yesterday. Today either it will work as a support or it will keep working as a resistance like yesterday. A bit more. Okay, now give me the 500 25 handle. Come on. If it come to 25 handle, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. As I have seen clean lows over there, I have put my target a bit lower of these clean lows. Don't close above this. The fair value gap just before the 930 was too strong to me. I was really believing that it is going to stop the market and sending it higher, at least until that high. Didn't work. Bad luck. Not a good sign. While it has closed above this first presented gap, not a good sign. I want to see this is a fake breakout. That means the very next candle is going to close below the first presented gap. So I will say this is the fake breakout. It has to close inside the first presented gap or below the first presented gap. Otherwise, I'm gone. I'm gone. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If I don't get stopped out anytime, I'll trail my stop loss because I'm already gone. Okay, so I will trail my stop loss. As long as I will get the opportunity, I'll trail my stop loss because this is the sign this market is going higher while it has closed above this first presented gap. It will fall a bit, I will trail my stop loss. It will fall a bit, I'll trail my stop loss. If it didn't stop me out, of course. Because now it can use this first presented gap and keep going higher for that high. So I can't take this risk anymore. This is now the stop loss is here. I'll put it there if I don't get stopped out now. This gap, you see this gap, it can be used as a support and this market can keep going higher. I don't want to take that risk anymore. I put my stop loss here because this green line, I was believing it is going to support now and this market will, if it wants to fall, it can fall. by supporting this. That is why my stop loss is just one tick above that green line, which is this gap over here. It will close below this first presented gap. I'll put my stop loss over here. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out here around this area. Why I'm not believing it? Because the first presented gap has been broken. So I don't believe it anymore. It can simply use this gap over here and keep going higher now. As you can see, it has tapped to this gap here. Now it can keep going higher. Okay, I got stopped out actually. It didn't work, the first presented gap. I believe it is not going to work, but of course we'll see. I trailed it, but I will see it now if it work or not. For me, no, still no entry. Wow, that was awesome. It was a bit earlier. Okay, no problem. But after the 6 p.m. or block from yesterday was broken, do you agree? I am more agree with either broken this or broken this. Any of this has to be broken before decided my bias. Either it will go higher or it will go lower. It will depend on this gap. Until this market is above this gap, it will keep going higher. If it can break this nude opening gap, it will fall until this gap. Tight stop loss actually gave me the stopped out. First presented gap worked perfectly. It didn't stop me out here. 25 handle. It worked perfectly. I was in rush. I trailed my stop loss. I got stopped out. It worked perfectly. Why I trailed my stop loss? Because I have seen the candle close above this first presented gap. That is why I trailed my stop loss. That candle was unexpected to me. This candle tapped to this line. It was absolutely good, but this candle was unexpected to me. Okay. According to the price action, still there is no trade, nothing at all. If you want to take a risk, please take the risk from this gap. Take the sell from this gap. I'm saying this, but not like, please don't copy my trade. But if you ask me, this is the first opportunity in my opinion to take the sell from this gap. Okay, from here. There, stop loss cover the first presented gap open, or the best is to cover the 50%. Target this sell side liquidity. Again, if you think it's a good idea for you, go for it. Otherwise, don't take this trade, okay? Just don't blame me. Take a partial here around 20 handle. Hold the trade until this sell side liquidity, until that line. First opportunity for today, from this gap to until here, after taking the partial. By the way, if it give you the, again, I'm not asking any of you to take it, but this is the first opportunity for today to take the sell from this gap to until this line. If you want, you can take it. If you don't want, no, don't take it. But don't blame me, okay? Please. The first opportunity for today, I repeat, that has to be the first partial 20 handle, and then you can hold it until here. predicting this is going to be broken by the orange folder news. Okay, this new day opening gap is going to be broken by the orange folder news, as it has cleared the obvious buy side liquidity. This market is respecting this bearish order block. It is leaving so many, it has left so many sell side liquidity, which should be taken as a reaction from this white line. I want to see it will fall a bit. Okay, that is why I'm saying this, all of this, just going to predict this new day opening gap is going to be broken. That's all. The first opportunity for today doesn't mean you will just blindly push your button. If you feel good, go for it. If you don't feel good, don't push the button. Yeah, man, this is the fake breakout, and I really appreciate one candle close, the very next candle close inside this first presented gap. Two candle close give me the confusion, and I really don't want to hold my stop loss around the same level. I will keep trailing the stop loss until I can. If it doesn't give me the entry, then it's a bad luck, because that was the first opportunity for me to take the entry for today, at least until now. That is still valid. The sell side liquidity is still valid, because I have this low here, you can see around this area. Still I have another low over here, so it can simply make the sell side liquidity, then it can fall again. By the orange folder news, I wanna see it will come here, then it will fall again within 3 minutes. First presented gap worked perfectly today. Okay, I was confused about that, but it worked the way I told you it is going to work. You will push the button here, put the stop loss there, and you will do nothing. Either it will hit your target or it will hit your stop loss. Okay, 98, 58, 2 minutes left. I'm going to predict this new opening gap is going to be broken. I really don't know it is going to be broken or not, but I hope that it is going to be broken. If any of you push the button here, which is the again, that is the first opportunity for me today to take the sell from here. If any of you push the button, make sure that you have taken the partial in between 20 to 25 handle. Okay, so until this line you can try to take a partial here actually, which is 21 handle or 22 handle, something like that. You can try it as well. First opportunity for me for today. $23,200. Yeah, there is a liquidity, I guess. Let me check where I have marked my liquidity. No, below this gap, nothing is important to me. Below this gap, no, nothing is important to me. Above this gap, everything is important to me. Because if it come here, I believe it will go higher again from here. What was that? Come on, man. Why until there? Okay, in the news, I think I can't push the button around the news. Yeah, it was expected, but through this gap, didn't expect that. Until constant encroachment, it was expected, but through this gap, no, it was not expected, and now it will fall. If you have the opportunity, you can take a re-entry over there. Just a re-entry. No confusion, nothing. I'm not confused. I don't know. You are allowed to push the button again or not, or just take re-entry over there. Don't worry about anything else. In my opinion, okay. Just push the button, put the stop loss the same area, 22 handle, something like that, 21 handle partial. Target is this sell side liquidity. Loss, okay, you have taken a 15 handle loss. Loss will be mitigated. I believe so. This was expected, but through this first presented gap, no, I didn't expect that. Again, if you are in this trade, I wish that you are always, I mean, you are already in this trade again. Give me another 15 handle, okay. I'm asking this 15 handle if you are in this trade, because I was framing that. Give me another 15 handle. Even if you're not in this trade, I mean, not here, just push the button from there a bit lower, or if you'd love to wait, you can wait. If it doesn't take you, I mean, that is bad luck, but just take the entry around this area. No need to wait to retest this gap again. Just give me another 15 handle. I'm going to take your 30 handle from you. Like there. You have already a 15 handle loss, right? Take a partial over here, exactly over there, 21 handle, 3 tick. Take the partial over there. I'm requesting those people who only push the button here, because I was framing that. I was telling that this is the first entry opportunity for me for today. So those people who got the stop out, you will take the partial over here, 21 handle, exactly over there, 21 handle, not one tick below, not one tick higher. Exactly there, okay. So you have taken the partial, put the stop loss here. Give me another 6 handle, please. It's a request. Give me another 6 handle. Target 34, right? 34. So target here, exactly over there, not one tick above, not one tick below. Give me another 6 handle, please. After taking that 15 handle loss, take the partial 15 handle, put the stop loss over there, not one tick below, not one tick above. Target exactly over there, 41 handle. You see, like 23229.25, not 25, it should be 50. Okay, 229.50. This should be your target by putting the stop loss over here. Give me another 7 handle. I told that again, this is the only opportunity I can see for today. You got stopped out here, right? So by 15 handle, happy, no problem. I told to take re-entry, take the partial here, hold your trade until there, exactly over here, not one tick above, not one tick below, please. 15 handle loss for you has been mitigated by 21 handle. You don't want to hold it, close it. You will be still profitable. Still you will be profitable because it's 26 handle, 28 handle, something like that. But if you really are not afraid, put your stop loss over there, hold your trade until exactly to that line and wait for the boom. If the candle just go one tick below this line, one tick below that line, and then you see a green candle, you will trail your stop loss. Okay, something like this. If you see it just fall here, didn't hit your target, and then started to go higher, in that type of situation you will put your stop loss above that candle, one tick above that candle. Otherwise, give me another 6 handle, hold your trade to that line. I repeat that. Only those people who actually took that sell depending on me and believing on me, okay? This is for those only. If and only if it go one tick below this line or two tick and didn't hit your target, started to go higher, put your stop loss one tick above that line or above that candle. That's all. The first opportunity and the only opportunity for this morning session. This was the first and the only opportunity until now to this morning session. I'm not afraid of this green line, green candle. Still my stop loss is over there. Now if you think that no brother, I don't want to even give you that 6 handle, then you can put it to the break even if you want, but I prefer that 6 handle risk. Why this 6 handle? Because this gap can be traded one more time before clearing this sell side liquidity. That is why I'm going to cover the 50% of that gap, this gap, okay? But target here, only you will move your stop loss if it take that low by tick and then started to go higher. I'm sorry, I didn't expect this is going to break that first presented gap. It was absolutely unexpected. I thought that maximum it can go until the 50%, but it actually stopped you out. So 15 handle loss. Nothing to worry about that. I'm not afraid of this candle. If you don't want to give me that 6 handle, no worries, you can put your stop loss to the break even. Still you will be profitable. But if you believe me, then you will just put your stop loss over there, 6 handle. This is the candle I'm watching actually to be traded. This is that candle before falling. Now it should fall again. One of the strongest order block here, this one. Now it should fall again. And speed with an unfilled fair value gap. Still your stop loss will be there here. It can retest this gap one more time. I repeat, I believe it is going to fall from this order block, but if it doesn't do that, instead it would love to trade the 50% of this candle. It will simply trade that candle, that gap low or the constant crosswind. That is why my stop loss is over there. I believe it has done its job, so now it will fall. Let's see. Some of you are watching this gap. This gap has no value. To me, this gap has no value. I need an speed candle here. More speed. By the way, any of you are in this trade? My standard deviation is absolutely okay now, Sachin. There is no confusion for me, okay? Because of the consequences, pillar test, because of the consequences, there I am not watching any kind of fair value gap. I'm watching the order block. There, the order block is important to me. Fair value gap, no, it doesn't have any value to me. So I'm not watching this gap. This gap has no value to me. Either this market will trade the order block here, the open, or this whole zone, okay, any of this zone, or it will trade the 50% of this candle. This is the two things it is going higher to trade before falling. Okay, Archana, you are in this trade, no problem. Theme ticker, as I told brother, hold it until here. If you would love to hold it here or here, I don't care about you. But for me, what happened? For me, this is the line where this market should come. You will trail your stop loss if and only if it take that line and then make a green candle. Then you will put your stop loss one tick above this candle, just one tick above this candle. Otherwise, your stop loss has to be there. If you are afraid, you can put it to the break even. It's up to you. I have no problem with that. But if you can sacrifice me just 6 handle 3 tick, put it over there. Don't think anything else. Just put it there. Hold it. Oh, Joan, that is good luck, brother. That's a good luck. Archana and them ticker, brother, you guys took the partial. Oh, okay, practice. You are also in this trade. Okay, that's cool. You guys took the partial there. If you didn't take the partial, or if you have no opportunity to take the partial, close the trade. Don't hold it until here. If you have taken the partial, then hold it. Okay, I don't want to take any kind of risk here. I'm showing this to you, or I'm saying exactly to take it to do it like the way I do it, just because I framed that sell and I told that this is the first and only opportunity for me for today. This should work. I just told that word, it should work. That is why I'm framing this one as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't say like this way. Okay, remember, if it take that low just by tick and started to give you a green candle, put your stop loss one tick above that line. Above that candle. Otherwise, hold it. Don't afraid. Don't think anything else. Trust me. Hold it. If you didn't take the partial, close the trade immediately. Immediately here. I don't care about anything else. Just close it here. Any other level you guys are giving me, I don't care about them. Okay, now if there is any bullish candle before hitting your target, trail your stop loss and write down the boom. Brother, why did you take those trades? They're bullshit. Man, I have tried my things. I have a lot of things to observe so that I can read the market the way I told you here. I can read the market. I can tell you that confidently. Don't close your trade. Don't do anything else. That is why I'm doing all of these things. Now, it is my way to trading. I never say this is a trade for you. There is no setup, nothing at all. I told this is the first opportunity for you to take the entry. Unfortunately, you got a loss of 15 handle because of that week, right? Then I told push the button here. Even you don't need to wait for that gap tapped. Just take entry anywhere here. And then it's a 41 handle run. Even if you take entry here, for example here, it's a 36 handle run. You had a loss of 15 handle. Okay, you had a loss of 15 handle, just a 15 handle. I told this is the only setup I'm seeing here, and that is the setup, that is the boom. Thank you, Paul. Practice. Now, you guys want to hold the trade, you can do it. I have no problem with that. But for me, it's done. Okay. This is the order block. As I told, this I have no intention about this fair value gap. I have explained why, because of the consequences. Market structure shift, liquidity taken, fair value gap, trade fair value gap, order block, trade order block, need an unfilled gap now. Keep falling. It will come. It will keep falling, brother. I know that. This is the area I told you. If it can close, below this line, below this gap, remember, if it close below this gap, look at this candle. Where did it close? Below this nude opening gap. It is reaching for here. Not exactly there, but actually, let me mark a line, okay, so that you guys can understand. Let me mark a line so that you can see that. And let me change the color here. I'm so much confident about that. I don't care about anything else, man. Come on. It is coming to this red line, at least maximum to this gap. While it will come anywhere in this area, I'm done. The job is done. TGIF you should look for after 230. After 230, okay, until 230 you don't need to worry about the TGIF. Now brother, I want to hold it until here. I don't care. You want, please go for that. Just go for that. I have no problem. But for me, this is the area where this market should come. It came, give me the boom. Sorry for that 15 handle. To be honest, that news, orange news, I really don't care about that because I know that it is going higher to give me the entry, but the run was a bit higher, okay? Until the 50% was accepted, but that was a bit higher run, unfortunately. Sir, have you seen equal lows on 1 minute frame? What do you mean by that, brother? By the way, who was in this trade? Archana, Practice, and the team ticker. Only because, I mean, except of you, who was in this trade. Anyone else was in this trade? I'm extremely sorry for that first 15 handle loss. Oh, okay, Lander, you are in this trade as well. Matteo, you was in it. DB, I think DB has made 500 USD. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, Practice. Okay, some of you were there. Perfect. My job is, the way I told you, if it is broken, it is coming here. If it is not broken, you should keep looking for buy. How was that? Wasn't it so beautiful? How did I know I am so much confident this is going to fall? How can I call you guys to take that entry? How could I do that? Just depending on that candle. See this candle? Just depending on that candle. I was so much confident to tell you to take that entry. Because if I say that, that means that is my responsibility if you take a loss. That is my responsibility, right? I let it reach to 23,200. 23,200. Okay. Okay, I hope it will work, brother. Why did you do this? All of this bullshit. There's something I was seeing here. By using this gap before 930, it was so obvious. Though I have seen it has cleared that clean buy side liquidity here. That was the clean buy side liquidity here. I was thinking that the gap it has been made before 930 going to use this gap, at least going to take that high one more time before falling. It didn't do that. Respect that weak 50%. I think I have talked about this so many times. How to use the weak 50%. What a beautiful thing. That buy was absolutely a bad decision. But I was really hoping that it is going to take that high. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. First presented gap entry worked perfectly. 25 handle. This worked perfectly. Why did you trail your stop loss? I was thinking this is going to be respected the way it has respected here. It should not go over there. It went, stopped me out. Okay. Next day, I will catch you. Thank you, Slow is fast. Thank you so much, brother. Is it possible to enter a sell from the price 23,253? 23,253. I don't see any logic right now to enter over there. No, I don't see any logic. Let me check, okay, brother. Just a second. Let him load. I don't know why it's too slow today. No, I don't see any logic. Nothing to enter over there. It's called chasing price. If we enter over here, you are going to chase the market. If it could make a liquidity here, I would say, okay, you can try one more time here. Even though it's chasing price, but you can try one more time. But as it has cleared all the liquidities from 1 minute chart, you should not chase this market. But brother, you told that it's coming over here. Even if it wants to come here, it can do a lot of drama over there. Okay, a lot of time it can come back again to this new opening gap before falling again. Even it can start to go higher, closed above this new opening gap, and start to go for that minus 2.5 standard deviation now. Why? Because from the hourly chart, it has tapped into the entry fair value gap. Though I'm not interested to see, it is going to respect that entry gap, which is here, the 50% of that entry gap, and then start to go higher. I really don't want to see that. But of course, it can do that. There is nothing wrong with that. Why you are using hourly chart instead of 15-minute chart? Because of 15-minute chart has a lot of fair value gap. That is why I'm using this hourly gap. It can do that, even though I really don't want to see that. But if you want to enter, you can enter. It's up to you, man. Come on. This line has no value. So I want to see it will at least come to this line, and then I will start to frame this buy setup again. I would love to see it will come to this zone, then I will frame the buy setup again. Phoenix, you are here, man. I don't think we are done with this drop. Looking 23,180, 200 EMA, 115 minute. We'll be looking for an overshoot down to the July 15 CPI news candle low 23,140. 23,140. Anything below 23,157, I'm not interested to see. Anything below that line. So that is my extreme line. That is the extreme line for me, okay, Phoenix, for me. Don't call me sir. If any of you call me sir, I will never reply him again, okay? Thank you, Phoenix. What is weekly bias? Of course, bullish. It was bullish. The whole week I was bullish. Divakar Jadov. Why do I see that crown 2 next to my name? I have no idea. I think you are my top fan. So those people are my top fan. They have the crown. Whoever has that one, he's the top fan. You are the second top fan, and there is a third top fan. I have no idea who is the top fan. I think Slow is first. He's the top fan. He has the first crown. You are the second. Gangjong is the third. Don't call me sir. Akshay, please stop it, man. Come on. Don't laugh. It's a stress, but the market feels stressy today. Keep looking for sell, brother. Until here, keep looking for sell. I'm just telling you, but you know better than me. But keep looking for sell to this zone. And while it will reach to this zone, start looking for buy. You will make a lot of profit. I promise you, man. For those people who are the ICT trader, you have no way to enter this market right now. I think the crown is the experience point. It can be. I have no idea. We need gifts with a 200k account. 200k account, man, come on. Those people who has a lot of sell, actually that my prop from sell, they got a lot of free fund account. Okay, I really don't have lot of sell, so I really don't get the like giveaway account. I don't give the I don't get them. So unfortunately I don't get them. Okay, now it came here where I was predicting this market will come. This is the zone. This is the last or extreme area where I believe it can reach, but I will now start to think about buy. No sell is valid to me anymore. Sell is done. Now I will start to think about buy. See this buy side liquidity here, this relatively equal highs here and here. I will start to think about buy now. If it has broken this gap, I'm done for today. No buy, no sell, nothing. But now I will start to look for buy. How can I be crowned as the first fan? I have no idea, Mike. I think those people who comment a lot, they got that crown, I think. Okay. Hi brother, what session do you take trades? Do you use funded accounts or live capital? I am trading the funded account actually, but not the live fund. I mean, if you say personal account, no, I am not able to trade the personal account. I'm your 13th biggest fan according to the crown and XP points. Oh wow, I didn't know that. How do you guys see that? I can see only 1, 2 and 3. 20 MA about to be hit. Yeah, as I told, while it will come here, see this candle, this is my perfect order block. I would love to take a buy from there. Now I'm not saying to go for that, but I'm just explaining my understanding. Okay, here that is going to be my target until here. From this candle, if it can make a gap here, for example, some kind of gap here, I will switch my entry from order block to the gap and trail my stop loss above. Should put it below this candle which has made this gap, but as yeah, it's very small. Okay, so I will go like this way, and my target will be that rejection block or that high with the partial. So something like this. If it can make a gap, I repeat, I'm not asking any of you to go for this buy, but if it make a gap, I will try to take the buy. This is my way to trading. Gap, I'll take the buy from there. If it tap to this order block, I'm already in this trade. Okay, something like that. So let's see. This is my high probable order block. Here. Not asking any of you to take this entry. If I can enter from this order block, I will put my stop loss 2 tick below this order block. So there, I will enter over here. We'll try to take a partial around 20 handle, as I don't have the the relatively equal highs. So I'll try to take a partial around 20 handle, and then I will hold it maybe until the rejection block over there, something like that. Here. Brother, this is a very strong red candle. You are going to think about a buy from that red candle? Are you crazy? I'm absolutely crazy. You don't like it, don't take it. If you are already profitable, don't push the button. Don't push the button. If you are already profitable, don't take any kind of risk. It is going to break your stop loss. It can be. Why you are thinking like that? Because it has reached in a very certain level. This level should give me some kind of reaction. And while this has made a order block, like this order block, it should use that order block to give me that reaction. This is reaction from the last gap. Now, after giving me this run, it will fall again. I'll be okay with that. But it should give me some kind of reaction. So I would love to use this order block to take my buy. Now, I'm not asking any of you to take that entry. Okay, please don't copy the trade, because if it is a loss, then you will tell me, brother, I took that loss because of you. Now mitigate my loss. I am not going to do that. Wait for the perfect case of scenario and wait for your analysis. Depend on your analysis. That's all, brother. Tito, can you check 15-minute fair value gap from July 17th? Let me check. July 17th. Yeah, are you asking about this gap here? If you're asking about, because all of these are from July 17th. I have no idea which one you are asking about. From July 7th. Oh, okay. I have no idea which one you are asking. Where are you from? I'm from Bangladesh, brother. If you're asking about this gap, I have already talked about that. As it is, no, this gap I didn't talk. Actually, I talked about this gap, which is the last gap from the hourly chart. Okay, this is the last gap, which I have broken into two pitches. Here, one pitch, two pitch. So this is the last fair value gap from the hourly chart low. I'm going to believe this low as my extreme target. Here, this is my extreme fall. Okay, this is the last red candle. That is the order block, brother. My order block. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. I'm here just to explain this price action, nothing else. I framed that trade only because I told that this is the first opportunity and that is going to work. So those people who took that loss, 15 handle loss, I wanted to give them the profit. That is why I only framed this trade. Otherwise, I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. I told you to push the button over there because that was my responsibility to mitigate your loss. Now, anything else, you should not copy my trade. Okay. You see this candle, if it can make a fair value gap over there, for example, it has made a fair value gap over here, I will trail my stop loss one tick below that candle, just one tick below that candle, if it can make a fair value gap over here. Why? After trading the order block, the gap, I always prefer that gap is going to be the unfilled gap. Okay, so something like this. Just for the example, I don't know it is going to make that gap or not. If it can make this gap, I will say I want to see this gap is going to be unfilled. So my stop loss will be safe one tick below that candle which has made this unfilled gap. So even if this market trade that gap, it is not going to close that gap 100%. Can you please explain why the 23193 level is so powerful? Okay, I think you guys are late. Those guys who are late, let me tell you those guys. Okay, see this hourly chart. This is the hourly entry fair value gap. This is the hourly last fair value gap. I have broken. See this red line here. This red line. This red line is actually the top of this hourly fair value gap. As I didn't mark that fair value gap to my 15-minute chart. So while I will be in 15-minute chart, it's not here. See, it's not over there. Here, there is no hourly gap. But from here to until there, this is that hourly gap, which I have broken into two pitches. One from here, one from there. As it tapped to this hourly last gap, it should give me some kind of reaction, even if it wants to reach until the low of that hourly last fair value gap. And that is why I believe that this 1 minute candle, which is a perfect order block to me, going to give me that run. Okay, I was expecting it is going to be unfilled, but it is not unfilled. Bad luck. It's okay. I was expecting, but it didn't. Absolutely fine. But my stop loss is one tick below this candle. See this candle? One tick below that candle. So something like one tick, just one tick below that candle. I don't care about anything. I was expecting, it didn't give me, but I don't care about that. My stop loss will be one tick below. So as I told, this is that hourly last gap. This is that last down close, body close candle. Just look at this candle. It tapped to this hourly last gap. And then what happened? Boom. See the speed toward that buy side liquidity. What does it mean? It has rejected. The market has been rejected from this gap very strongly, right? Very strongly it has been rejected. The lowest down close body close candle, I'm going to use it as an order block. Stop loss 2 tick below that order block, made a fair value gap. Stop loss will be here, exactly over there now. So I have minimized my loss. the loss was, how much was the loss? Let me check. Loss was 15 handle, 14 handle, something like that. Now my loss is now here. Even if I get stopped out, even if this order block doesn't work, I will get a 5 handle loss. That is why I told, if it can make a fair value gap, I will expect that is going to be an unfilled gap, and I'm going to believe this candle is not going to be breached until it reach to the next certain level. What is the next certain level? Highest up close body close candle low. So this is that low around here. So until this market doesn't reach to this line, it will keep going higher. So that is why I will try to take a partial around this area. But I love 20 handle, so I put my partial level here, 20 handle, and then I will look for that rejection block, because I don't have any idea the rejection how far it can go. I have no idea. That is why I will cover a perfect area as my partial, put my stop loss to the break even, will go for the extreme target, which can be this rejection block. Is that clear, brother? Kaushi too, why this level is so powerful? See this candle. Okay, now still I don't have the propulsion block. If I had the propulsion block, that would be the great. Brother, you will get stopped out. Okay, I can be. That is why I minimized my stop loss from 15 handle to 5 handle. Just because of that, I wanted to see this is going to be unfilled. It was not unfilled. It is low probability. Perfect. I trailed my stop loss over there. This rejection, how far it will go, I have no idea. Just I have no idea. That is why I always try to take some partial around wherever I get the chance. Okay. Now maybe it stopped me out here, but this will work. You will just observe if it can work and send you the market whatever you want. You don't need to follow my tight stop loss rules. I believe it, but if it doesn't work, I'm absolutely okay with that. I would re-enter over here. While this market will go above this order block, I'll re-enter over there. Just keep watching. 20 handle. Why do you think this is gonna be hit your 20 handle? I believe it will reach at least until over here. So I will target that 20 handle. That is the logic for that 20 handle. I have no idea how far the rejection will happen. This is called the reaction. It tapped here. This is the reaction. How far this reaction will happen, I have no idea. By the way, if I place it in a right place, I'm not going to get stopped out, I guess. 50, 25, 50. Yeah. You don't need that thing, okay? That trailing stop loss too fast, you don't need it. I do it because I love to take re-entry. You don't need it. You can just simply push the button, put the stop loss in the most logical level, and you can wait for your boom. Otherwise, you have to take the re-entry if you want to take it. Now, if you think that, brother, I'm going to take your entry and going to put the tight stop loss, that is different matter. Because if you do that, that means you are trying to take an entry as a confirmation, and then you will put your stop loss a very small stop loss. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have to follow one thing, and that is the rules. If you'd love to take the entry from order block, your stop loss has to be 2 tick below this order block. Remember, I got stopped out here to this area. Why? Because I saw that this is the logic to put the stop loss little below. I put it little below. Then I tried to push re-entry over there. While I've seen it fall, I tried to push the re-entry, but I was not able to push it. But it is what it is. It has to be the partial 20 handle. If you don't take the partial around 20 handle, you are gambling. No, brother, it's not going to work. It can happen. Maybe it is not going to work. I believe it will work. At least until this black line, it will go higher. And then it can fall. I have no problem with that. By the way, anyone in this trade? Let me know if any of you are in this trade. And I told you not to take it because I don't want you to copy my trade. But any of you are in this trade. I think that Phoenix is in this trade because I told him to look for the buy only while it will come over here. Phoenix, are you there? Why everyone is so quiet? I think most of you are in this trade. And they're so afraid. Oh man, it is going to fall, it is going to fall, it is going to fall. Don't you see this block, this box? Yeah, I just need to remove this thing because it was filled already. See this box and look at the reaction from this box. I'm showing you the opportunity. Your job is to get that opportunity. Don't be afraid. Just remember this black line. Yeah, if it hit that black line and you didn't close your partial, you should be afraid. But until it is not hitting this line, you should not be afraid. At least believe your wizard, okay? Sometimes. That has to be the partial because of 20 handle. You can take a bit risk until this area. I really don't support it, but yeah, you can do it. But I think just 2 handle doesn't matter anything. So can take the partial over here, put the stop loss to the break even, hold the trade until here. Break even is must now. Putting the stop loss to the break even is must now because it has tapped. It is going to tap in the most logical level, okay? So break even to the stop loss is must now. Even if you don't want to trail the stop loss, I don't care about that. Remember here, I told to put the stop loss over there, not at the break even. Why? Because it could come back again to this gap here. That gap could be traded because of the 50% of this candle. But here, look at this candle. I'm going to mark the 50%. Let me show you the 50%. See this 50% that has been traded already over there. So your stop loss has to be to the break even now. If you don't put your stop loss to the break even, you are gambling. I can see practice has written boom. So I think practice, why are you in this trade? Eagle boom. Thank you, man. Nice entry from order block. Why are you in this trade? Any of you are in this trade? Brother, why you are looking for buy here? Didn't I mark that gap high at the beginning of this stream? Didn't I show you that while it will come here, I'll start to look for buy? Me now. What did you take that entry? What do you mean by me now, brother? Okay, I can see that you are in this trade. See this opening of this candle, one of the dangerous line here. That is the one of the dangerous line. While it will tap here, trail your stop loss as much as you can. If you ask me, I would love to put my stop loss one tick below this candle while it will tap to this line. Just one micro contract. Okay, I closed in profit. Thanks. Hey Eli, give me your profit, man. Come on. No. Can it fall now? Of course it can fall because from here to here, this whole area is the order block. That is the dangerous line because of the opening of this candle. I prefer that is going to be broken and market is at least going for that rejection block. That is the rejection block. Okay, I prefer it will reach at least until this area, but of course it can fall. That is why I told to put your stop loss to the break even. Even if it fall, you are not going to take any loss. After 20 handle, you are going to be happy with your profit. And my unfilled gap is over here, a very small, but still there is a gap, a very small gap. Okay, by the way, I was expecting this is going to be the unfilled gap, but it has made this gap as an unfilled gap. Here, this is that propulsion block. By that specific candle, this candle open, tap to this propulsion block, went higher, trade the order block, a very specific order block, and then can it start to fall and take this low now? It can do that. That is why I told to take the partial over here, put your stop loss to the break even. If it touch that line, trail your stop loss. If it doesn't touch it, then hold your stop loss to the break even. Practice cost today's permitted loss is $404. What do you mean by that? I closed in profit. That's cool, Ellie. By the way, after 30 minutes, I'm going to close the stream because I believe that I have already given you all you needed. In this day, I have given you all you needed. I have shown you where the market will go, how to predict that fall. I have shown you how to look for the buy from there, everything. Okay, but here, while this market is here, just be very careful because it can come back until here. It can come here, or it can simply reverse from there. I will start to look for buy while it will tap to this line. My buy will be only valid. No sell is valid to me. You would love to take the sell, go for it. I have no problem with that. But for me, no sell is valid. Every single time market will fall, I'll go for buy. If it closes below this gap from 15-minute chart, I'm done for trading. I'm done. The trading is done for today. Hey, Slois, first, why are you in a trade, brother? Kitkan, can you please speak in English, brother? Because a lot of people are over here. If you write in Bengali and I reply to you in Bengali, it's kind of injustice to other people. So please try to write something in English, and I will try to give you the reply in English. Okay, brother? Brother, it didn't hit your target. No, man. I already got my profit. It's already been profited. I don't care if it hit my extreme target or not, because after taking that profit, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. That's all. Let me check how many of you are in profit. Gray means you didn't either take any trade or you are at break even. Okay, please join to this poll. I would love to see how many of you are in green, how many of you are red, and how many of you are in gray position. Your big fans, bro. Awesome content provider. Thank you, Javier. Thank you so much, brother. Are you thinking about sell now? 100% no. No sell. Order block reaction accepted. This market will fall. I don't care. But I'm not thinking about any kind of sell. I still believe this market will go higher for this buy side liquidity. See this relatively equal highs? It will go for that buy side liquidity. I don't care about any kind of fall. Every time it will fall, I'll frame the buy. It will fall, I'll frame the buy. I'll take 20 handle partial, will hold my trade until the next logical level. If it can break this fair value gap over here, if it can break it, I'll trail my stop loss. If it can break this gap, I'll trail my stop loss one tick below this gap. See this gap? Just one tick below that gap. Wow, 75% are in green. Congratulations, brother. 5% is in red. I'm so sorry for those people. Gray is 20%. They are also good. Kishore, Chitu, awesome. Thank you. Abjashi, thank you, brother. Where are you from? I'll close my stream around 11, okay? Today I'll close it around 11. By the way, Take Profit Trader has 40% discount, Apex has 80% discount, Tradify has 35% discount, and My Funded Futures has 50% discount for the first time users. Okay, so if any of you would love to use any of these, use the code if you want. I'll be grateful to you. Okay, you're from Nepal. I'd love to visit the Nepal, brother, specifically the Himalayas area. Waiting to see this gap to be broken to trail my stop loss one tick below this gap. A very small gap, but yeah, still just one tick below this gap. Can you request Apex to unblock Bangladesh, please? Man, they're not going to keep my request. Come on, man. It's blocked. It's blocked. Nothing to do, man. Please collaborate with Funded Next. Why is that? Why is that, practice? It will close one tick above this gap. One tick above this gap. I will trail my stop loss from the break even. Just one tick below this gap. A very small gap, but one tick below that gap. If it doesn't close, I'll keep my stop loss to the break even. If you are afraid, for example, you are afraid and you're thinking you are going to get stopped out, you can put your stop loss one tick below this low now. From break even to one tick below this low. I really don't appreciate it, but you can do it if you want. If any of you are still in this trade, any of you are in this trade yet? Still you are in this trade, any of you? Because I'm just talking about this price action. If any of you are not in this trade, I don't need to talk about the trailing stop loss. It's so good. He give profit share from challenge phase. Wow, I didn't know that. What is that? Funded Next. Is that a popular prop from brother? Brother, can you give us which future prop available in Bangladesh? MFFU, Take Profit Trader, Tradify, and Blue Guardian futures are in Bangladesh. Yeah, I think they are in Bangladesh, brother. Okay, practice. I'll see, brother. Funded Next. Okay. I'd like to hear about the trailing stop loss, even though I'm not in the trade since it's education and it's free. But if you are tired of talking, then you deserve a break too. I'm going to actually close the stream. That is why I'm saying that if anyone is not in this trade, then I don't need to get tired by talking about this trailing stop loss. But if you ask me, I would love to keep my stop loss to the break even here, exactly over there, maybe one tick or two tick above this break even. If I'm afraid, okay, this is not going to work, this is not going to hit. Why I'm saying about that? Because it didn't tap to this line, so still there is a possibility this will go higher. Tap to this line. This is the opening of this order block, which is the most strongest of an order block line. Okay, as it didn't tap over there, I still prefer that this market will go higher and will tap over there. Then it will reach this rejection block or not, I don't know. Then I will trail my stop loss. Now, if I were trading, my stop loss would be still here. That would be my stop loss. So let me make it bigger and red line. This is my stop loss. It will close above this gap. I will trail my stop loss. Now the scenario has been different. because previously there was nobody closed below this gap. Now the body has closed below this gap, so this gap has no value to me anymore, because it has been breached. Okay, so I don't give the priority to this gap now anymore. Here there is a small gap that is holding the market. See this gap that is holding the market over here. Now if this is broken, it is going to be broken as well, right? So I will prefer this gap as my support, so I will move my stop loss from there to here. If it can close, okay, it has to close above this gap. If it doesn't close, then trailing stop loss is not valid. So let me show you. It has to close above that line, above that gap. This is just for Phoenix. 5 4 3 2 1 0. See this is my stop loss. Now it should be safe here below this candle. It should be safe over there. Now I have this support, a very strong support here, which is called the reclaimed gap, as well as this inverse gap. I have two PDRA over here with lot of PDRA, 50% of this gap, 50% of this gap, so lot of PDRA. If they are broken without tapping to this line, that means this market is going to fall and coming over here. That is my intention. That is why I will put my stop loss. I'll put my stop loss over there. I'll get a stop out here. I'm okay with that. I'm done with this whole thing, because I believe if they're broken, this market is coming over here. So I don't need to take any kind of risk to the break even. I'll cover more profit over there. So you will see that now I believe that it will fall more, at least until this order block, or maybe it is going to break that order block as well by using these things. Now keep seeing. If it go higher, for example, if it go higher, so I will say that, oh, okay, it should not come here. It came here, got a stop, got me. I'm okay with that. If I was interested to enter over here again, for example, buy anyhow for the sake of this conversation, I'm believing it is not actually falling. It will go higher, more higher. I will wait to candle close above this area again. Tap to this gap. I'll take re-entry by putting my stop loss over there by the same thing. Exactly like something like this. It will close above this gap again. Okay. For example, for the sake of this conversation, I am believing this is going to fall now because it has breached both of this fair value gap. Just for the sake of this conversation, I am not thinking it is going to fall. Instead, it will go higher. So I would love to take re-entry. Then I will wait the body close above this gap, and I will put my entry over there again, put my stop loss over here again. Something like this. Something like that. Okay. Again, this is not my re-entry opportunity. I'm not thinking it is going higher now before even coming over here. I'm not thinking like that because it should not breach them. I have no need to take that unnecessary loss. That is why I put my stop loss over there. As it has broken, I believe it will fall, at least retest this order block, or maybe it will keep falling and coming over here. I have no idea where it is going, but it is falling, that is for sure. Just for the sake of conversation, if I am not thinking like that, it will close above this. I'll take re-entry over there by putting the stop loss exactly over here, by believing that it is going higher, and take that line. As you can see here, just look at that fall. It has breached, the market came here. Now fortunately it didn't tap to my break even yet. I believe that it will fall, but let's see. Okay, just wait. So you'll understand why it is important to move the stop loss when it has broken something very specific. That is broken, it should not fall again. If it fall, that means it is falling more. And if you still keep holding your stop loss over there, that means you are taking unnecessary loss here, right? Like I have covered that profit from here to here. That 14 handle profit I have covered. So why do I take that 14 handle loss? Just look at this break even. See, you got break even. That is why I love to put the stop loss over there. This is how I read the market. Do you got my point? Phoenix. No, you can say that, brother, you got stopped out. I am saying that I saw this. If this market would love to keep going higher, it should not fall. It should not come back again over there. Either this gap or that gap will work as a support, market will go higher. If it stop me out, means it is falling, at least coming to retest this order block or here this area by using this order block. See this order block, by using this order block. Just let me mark that order block, otherwise more people will get confused. This is that whole order block. Let me change the color here. Trade that order block. Now it has fallen here. To understand why I would love to trade the trail the stop loss. That is just my logic, the way I understand this price action. That's all, brother. Okay, we all are learning, brother. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Done for the day. Though green, I have no confidence today to close my chart. Okay, good. Thank you so much, brother. I'm also going to close the stream right now. Thanks, Tito. You're most welcome. Hello. Please don't call me sir. What's straight this? ICT or SMC? Okay, this is a very well-known question. What is SMC? What is ICT? Those people who are confused about SMC and ICT. ICT is the name of Michael J. Huddleston. This is his nickname or something like that. He has used that name for himself. And SMC is a smart money concept that has been created by Michael J. Huddleston or by ICT himself. Okay, so don't get confused. There are different concept. No, there is one concept, and that is called SMC concept. SMC, smart money concept. ICT is the name of the creator of this concept. Okay. And also, I give payout in 24 hours after every 14 days. If he didn't give you payout in 24 hours, he will give you extra $1,000. Wow, that's great, man. Thanks for explaining. No problem, brother. Yes, so good information makes sense when you explain it. Hard to remember it, but makes very good sense. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, funded next is the UAE company. Okay, I will look for that funded next. I will see that, brother. They've offered the future platform as well, right? Future trading. Okay, I think guys you got a lot from here. How to observe all of these things. Please ignore this area. Instead of just look at this weak 50%, how beautifully it has been reacted. Used that first presented gap as a very good way. Fall. Used that order block. Fall. Tap to the hourly last fair value gap. Gave you the reaction until the next PDRA. Rejected from there. Maybe it will come over here. I'm not interested to frame any sell. Any kind of sell is not valid to me. Every time it will come here, I'll try to take the buy. If it break this gap from 15-minute chart, I'm done for the day. I have no trading opportunity at all anymore. Okay, I'm done. Something like that. Okay, thank you, practice. I'll look for that, brother. But I heard FN doesn't pay out and use excuse of copy trading. I have no idea. It's costly but funded next. Walaikum salam. Call me Challu. Can I share link in chat? You won't be able to share it because the system will not allow you to share the link here. Just share it. Give me the link in Discord private message. Okay, brother. Anybody has any question? If you don't have any question, I'm going to close the stream for today. I hope that it's more beautiful for learning and you got a lot from here. At least you got a huge boom. That loss was unnecessary, to be honest. I didn't expect it will reach until that area. Oh man, come on, just a minute. Trade day is better. Daily payout, end of day. Okay, lot of trade day. Okay, I'll look for that as well. Akshay, is it reasonable, brother? I mean, sorry, not reasonable. The price is reasonable. Okay, I'll look for that. Are you going to use my affiliate link? If I make that affiliate link, are you going to use it, Akshay? How much is 50K account? 5K account is just $50. Alhamdulillah. Never ever trust this. Never ever trust this. Not going to frame any setup right now because I'm going to close the stream, but never ever trust this. How many more profit from affiliate I will make, brother? I have a lot now, but I have no sell. Bad luck. Yeah, it's okay. One day I will get some sell, I guess. Man, $299 is too much. Why I will pay $299 for a 50K account while I will get like just by $100 I will get a 50K account. Why I will pay $300 for 50K account practice? I don't think so. It's a good deal. What do you say? Anybody knows how much is the 50K account for Bull Knox? Because he give you $975 from challenge space. Still, man, if you can pass it, what do you mean by that? Practice. What do you mean by that? I mean, if I buy a challenge account by $300, and if I can pass the challenge account, they're going to give me $975. Is that something like that? আম্মা না আমি লাইভ করি কি করবা আসো কি কি দেবা নিয়ে দেবা মিষ্টি কে এত কিছু কেন কে আনছে কে আনছে তুই আনছিস আমি খাবো না। Normally when we pass the challenge phase we don't receive any payouts, but if we pass the challenge phase, in the case we also receive 50% of the profit made during the challenge phase, which is already mentioned to you. Oh, okay. Uday Thakur, is 2150 possible? 2150. Come on man, what are you talking about? 2150. 2150 is too far. It's not possible. I don't need to see it, but it's not possible. Okay, practice. I'll see that, brother. I'm just trying to catch that fall. That logical self. Emma. Thoma. What? Baragan, how much is the trade day for 50k account? How much is for 50k account? Yeah, Akshay, $99. It's a good deal. No activation fees, it's a good deal. Trade day, okay. I'll see the trade day as well. Just let me see if this trade works first. Then I will look for funded next and the trade day. I think funded next is not going to give me the opportunity for the affiliate because they don't support Bangladesh. I tried funded account previously, funded next previously, but they don't support Bangladesh, so I don't think it will be possible. But I'll see trade day. I'll see that. Daily payout above buffer. That's cool. Over here in this trade, I would love to see that this market will take this low. While this market will take this low, in the meantime, this is going to take that relatively equal lows. That's all I would love to see. Order block, propulsion block, traded that order block, trade that propulsion block should fall for this relatively equal lows. It can go a bit higher, but until the market doesn't close above this gap, I think I'll be safe. I'm not asking any of you to take this entry, I'm just watching it. I believe it will work, but let's see. All I don't want to see the body close above this parabolic gap. That's all I would love to see right now. Until it is not going to close above this gap, this trade is safe. What about FTMO? FTMO is not a future trader from. It's for the CFD trading. I mean US 100 trading. If the body closes above this gap, I think I'll get doomed over there. Come on. As I'm a future trader, so I can't go with FTMO. I think I'm doomed here in this trade. It's not going to work because based on this trade or this parabolic gap from E-mini SNP, where it should react or respect this gap and should keep falling. As it didn't do that, I don't think so it's going to work. But let's see. Okay. Trading stop loss is not good for some of you, but I really love to trail the stop loss while I see something bad. For example, if I wouldn't see that body didn't close above this gap, I wouldn't trail the stop loss. As I have seen, the body has closed above this gap. Now this gap could use as a support and this market could go higher. So I don't see any logic to keep the stop loss over there. Instead, I'm going to cover the most obvious line, which is this order block. Just going to cover by my stop loss, the same thing I have done in first presented gap. So at least, even if I'm wrong, I will cover at least 6 handle. So like 6 handle means near about $240, something like that. So I would love to cover that whole loss over here, and then every single time I'll get an opportunity, I'll trail the stop loss. So sometimes I get stopped out, and if I get stopped out, I take re-entry. If you have watched my yesterday's live execution where I actually got stopped out by the wick, I write it down over there. It is very clear to see that the wick did the damage, so I re-enter over there. So this is the way I really look at this market, and that is why I don't think so it's a good idea to keep the stop loss over here. Now maybe it will stop me out over here. Let me put it over there. maybe it will stop me out over there and then it will fall. I don't care about that, because I believe that this market doesn't need to come back again to this order block. I mean, should not breach that order block line one more time. If it is breached one more time, it will take that high. So I don't need to take that unnecessary risk over there. Instead, if I can cover at least 6 to 7 handle, that is better for me, and I will believe this price will respect the line and it will keep falling, as this is clean lows and they're calling the market, come back, come back, come back to me, I'm calling you. Okay, see this propulsion block now. I'm going to believe this propulsion block as well as this fair value gap CE. So we'll move my stop loss again over here. We'll cover more loss. This is the most logical level where I have 3 PDRA: propulsion block, fair value gap low, consequent crossbid. So it is safe over here to this consequent crossbid. It is safe now. I don't want to hold the trade so far, because if it would love to fall, it should fall right now. In mini S&P, I'm seeing that it closed below this fair value gap, tapped to this fair value gap. It should respect that fair value gap, should keep falling. If it would love to breach this gap one more time, that means this gap doesn't have any value. So why I'm going to hold that unnecessary risky trade over here? I don't see any logic. That is why I'm more interested to trail the stop loss from there to now, covering that constant crossment, maybe 1 or 2 tick above this constant crossment, because we can read the damage. That is why just 1 or 2 tick of that constant crossment. I would never frame the sell here if I wouldn't see this clean lows. Market never leave this clean lows, never ever. I had the opportunity, I have used that opportunity for my entry. I could go for that order block. I didn't believe this order block, so I waited for the propulsion block. Here is the propulsion block. Well, while I got the propulsion block, I took my entry from this propulsion block, covered that order block min threshold by my stop loss, as well as I have used this fair value gap from ENS as a reference. I have used that as a reference, even though the way I was thinking, it didn't work like here. Like, all of these candles are unnecessary to me. They should not be there. It is what it is. And the way I trailed the stop loss, depending on the logic I have explained, this is the logic. It has clearly traded the 50% of this order block. Let me show you this. This is my eye. Okay, I just watch them by my eye. See this min threshold of that order block, the 50%, perfectly tapped to this min threshold. Just look at the candle after trading the min threshold of that order block. Boom, closed below this gap. So this is now a very strong resistance. It should not be broken. That is why I put my stop loss a bit higher of this order block open. This candle tried to trade the order block open, didn't trade. Instead, the next candle fall, closed below this gap one more time. Confirmation of the breakout of this gap. It should keep falling now. While I have got that information, I trailed my stop loss. Now this gap is my higher time frame. This is my strongest area. The low and the 50% of this gap is my highest confident area. That is not going to be breached. If it is breached, what is going to happen? If the wick did the damage, I will take re-entry. If I see the body close above this constant crossman, I'll just let this run go. I'm not going to participate in this price action anymore. Can it trade the low of this gap? 100%. Can it trade the 50% of this gap? 100%. That is why my stop loss is above the constant crossman of that fair value gap. But the mini S&P are making me very upset. It is just breaching this fair value. It should not breach this fair value gap. They are correlated, so both of them should respect the PDRA. It is respecting the PDRA. It is not respecting the PDRA. I don't like it. If it close above this parabolic gap one more time, wherever the market will be, I'll close the trade over there, exactly over there. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'll get stopped out. I really don't care about that because I moved my stop loss from 15 handle to 5 handle now, depending on the logic. So there was logic, I trailed the stop loss. Remember here the way I showed you that I'm going to move my stop loss here now, because if this line is broken, it is going to fall at least until the break even, or it can fall until the this box. So I don't want to take that risk. Same thing here. If it is breached by body, then it can keep going higher. I don't need to take that unnecessary risk over there. But we did the damage, I'll try to take re-entry. If it is too clean, okay, if I see that clearly we did the damage, then I'm not asking any of you to take this entry. I have told you beforehand. See this candle, it has closed above this gap again. I should push the button, close the button right now. So if I were in this trade right now, either I would wait for this candle, or either way I got stopped out. This candle closed above this gap one more time, I should push the close button. That means after this candle close, this is the same candle here and here. They're the same candle. I should push the closing button. Then I would love to take the re-entry just because it has been breached. If I would love to compare these two chart all together, but you will see this is not going to be kept open over here. If it is kept open until PM session, then that is gonna be your first target. If it is not kept open until PM session been taken, you will start to look for buy again. For me, no sell is valid. If you would love to trade, wait for the liquidity taken, then go for the buy only. There is only buy setup which is valid. Otherwise, no other trade is valid. As you can see, the body has closed above the 50% of this gap. There is 90% possibility it is going to take that high. This high is, there is 90% possibility that is going to take that high. So thank you so much, brother. I will come back again in Monday, inshallah, if I'm alive until then, and until Monday. Cheers, guys.